For the last 2 years, the AI industry has felt almost unreal. Companies were giving away incredibly powerful models. Investors were pouring billions into AI startups. Users got access to tools that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. But behind the scenes, there was a problem nobody wanted to talk about. Most AI companies weren't making money. In many cases, every query you typed, every image you generated, and every coding task you completed actually cost these companies more than they earned. And now, the bill is finally coming due. The AI gold rush isn't ending, but the era of unlimited spending definitely is. Every new technology goes through a phase where growth matters more than profit. We saw it with ride-sharing. We saw it with food delivery. We saw it with streaming services. Companies subsidize users to capture market share first and worry about profitability later. AI followed the exact same playbook. The objective wasn't to make money. The objective was to become the platform everyone depended on. The more users an AI company acquired, the stronger its position looked to investors. And investors were happy to fund the losses, as long as growth kept accelerating. But unlike social media or traditional software, AI has a unique problem. Every user interaction costs real money. Every prompt requires expensive hardware. Every response burns compute. The more successful these products become, the more expensive they become to operate. That's a business model unlike almost anything we've seen before. Imagine Netflix. If 1 million more people watch a movie tonight, Netflix's costs don't suddenly explode. The content already exists. The infrastructure is already built. AI doesn't work like that. Every new request requires a fresh computation. And as users demand more capable models, those costs rise dramatically. The smartest models aren't just slightly more expensive. They can be exponentially more expensive. That's why many AI companies face a strange paradox. Users want the most powerful models, but the most powerful models are often the least profitable. This creates a tension that every AI company is now trying to solve. How do you give users cutting-edge intelligence without bankrupting yourself? We're beginning to see the industry's answer. Limits, pricing tiers, token billing, usage cap, feature restrictions. At first glance, these changes might seem like companies becoming greedy, but that's probably the wrong interpretation. What's actually happening is that AI companies are discovering the true market price of intelligence. For years, nobody really knew what users were willing to pay. Now they're running experiments. How much value does AI create? Which features matter most? What are power users willing to spend? These questions are no longer theoretical. They're becoming survival questions. Because eventually, every company has to prove it can generate more value than it consumes. Most people think the future AI war is OpenAI versus Anthropic versus Google. But that's not the most important competition. The real battle is between intelligence and economics. The company with the best model doesn't automatically win. The company with the most sustainable business might. History is full of examples where superior technology lost to superior economics. Being better isn't enough. You have to be viable. That's why some giant technology companies have an enormous advantage. They already possess profitable ecosystems. They can fund AI development from existing revenue streams. Startups don't have that luxury. Every month of losses increases pressure. Every funding round raises expectations. Every expensive model becomes a financial gamble. The next few years will probably feel very different from the last two. AI won't disappear. In fact, it will become even more important. But the industry will become more disciplined, more focused, more selective. The era of unlimited generosity is ending. The era of sustainable AI is beginning. And strangely enough, that's probably a good thing. Because technologies become truly transformative only when they can survive without subsidies. The internet did. Cloud computing did. Smartphones did. AI is now reaching that same moment. The question is no longer whether AI is useful. The question is whether AI can become a real business. And the companies that solve that problem may end up defining the next decade of technology. What do you think? Are AI companies simply correcting unsustainable pricing models? Or are we about to discover that advanced AI is far more expensive than most people expected? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more deep dives into the business and future of artificial intelligence.